suppose, so this is a carbon chain which is attached to the functional group, and this is the carbon chain which is attached to the functional group, and this carbon chain which is attached to the oxygen group is called as alkyl. Okay, and the carbon chain which is attached to the functional group, so it will become the parent chain. Okay, parent carbon chain, right? So this is a monovalent carbon. It contains only one bond empty, and that bond should be occupied by the parent chain. Okay, right? Even that this carbon will include in the parent chain. Right, now suppose if this is the structure, and if there is a bond between these two carbon also, due to the formation of bond between these two carbon atoms, so now what happened? So now it has become a ring. Now this functional group, actually this is what? This is functional group. So this functional group has become the part of the ring. The carbon of the functional group has become the part of the ring. Okay, now such compounds, when ester carbon, the carbon of the ester group, if it becomes the part of the chain, part of the cyclic or else part of the ring, then such esters are said to be cyclic esters. They are called as cyclic esters. This is not cyclic ester, because here the ester group, it is not the part of the ring. So this ester group is outside of the ring. It is not the part of the ring. But here the ester group has become the part of the ring. The carbon of the ester group has become the part of the ring. So even this oxygen also has become the part of the ring. Such esters are said to be cyclic esters. Okay, there is a name given to cyclic esters. These cyclic esters are called as lactones. Lactones. What are lactones? So in competitive exams, generally these questions will be asked. So what are lactones? Lactones are nothing but cyclic esters, in which the carbon of the ester group and oxygen of the ester group, both of them will become the part of the ring. Okay. Now, what is the name of this compound? What is the name of this particular compound? See, suppose if there is another compound like this. Suppose like this. Even this is also cyclic ester only. This is cyclic ester, this is another cyclic ester. That means this is one lactone, this is also another lactone. So these two are lactones, different lactones. This is 6-membered ring lactone, this is 5-member ring lactone. Okay, though one of the carbon is replaced by oxygen here and even here also. Okay, so these are called as 6-member ring only. This is also 5-member ring. This is 5-member ring and this is 6-member ring. Now what is the name of this compound? See, actually as it is 6-member ring, generally we will call it as hexane, because there are single bonds only between the atoms. Hexane. It is in cyclic form, we have to call it as cyclohexane. It is cyclohexane as it is ring, but instead of one carbon, oxygen is present. Got it? So hence it is called as oxacyclohexane. Oxacyclohexane. What is the meaning of oxacyclohexane? Oxacyclohexane means it is cyclohexane only, but one carbon is replaced by oxygen. So that is the meaning of oxacyclohexane. Okay, oxacyclohexane. What is the name of this one? So it is 5-member ring, hence it is called as cyclopentane. It is called as cyclopentane. Okay, so but one of the oxygen is replaced by one of the carbon is replaced by oxygen, hence it is called as oxacyclohexane. Oxacyclopentane. So this is oxacyclohexane, this is oxacyclopentane. But name is not finished. Still some more we have to write. See, look here. Always remember that the carbon. This is the carbon of functional group. Hence the carbon of functional group should get least number. So number 1. Okay, this is the first atom and this will be the second atom, because substituent should get least numbering, least possible number of after functional group. So after functional group, So the substituent should get a least possible number. So the second atom is oxygen. So oxacyclohexane. So but this oxa is present where? This oxa is present on second position. Hence 2-oxa. The name is 2-oxacyclohexane. Okay. So here also this is a carbon of functional group. Hence the carbon will get number 1 and this will get number 2. Again this oxygen is present on second position. Hence it is a 2-oxacyclopentane. Okay, but it is not a alkane, so it is having functional group. Okay, look here, this part is said to be one. It is called as one because it is ketone related. So hence hexanone is the name of this compound. And here also we have to write it as one. Hexanone. Okay, so generally we will call it as the name of these compounds are called as 2-oxa. Okay, cycloalkanones. Okay, cycloalkanones. Okay, alkanone. So this is also it is in the same fashion. Even this also it is in the same fashion. So generally for cyclic esters or else for lactones, so the name will be like this: 2-oxacycloalkanone. So alka means it is a length of the ring. So here it is, as it is 6-member ring, we'll write a hexanone. As it is 5-member ring, we'll write a pentanone. Okay, so like this. So what is the name of this compound? What is the name of this compound? Suppose if it is like this, I'll write like this. What is the name of this compound? Now the ring is having, so here it is ester ring. It is a cyclic ester. So by looking into this one, simply we can easily identify that because the carbon adjacent to that carbon, oxygen is present and that oxygen has become the part of the ring. So now we can easily say that, and that carbon is attached to double bonded carbon. So by looking out into these features, we can say that it is cyclic esters or else lactone. So now it is a lactone. So what is the name of this lactone? So again the same, for lactones we have to follow this name. See, 2-oxa cyclo alkan. What is the, which alkan it is? That means how many member ring it is? So it is 4-member ring. Hence but 4-member ring means but. Alkanone, butanone. So this is the name of this compound. So like this, 2-oxacyclobutanone is the name of the compound. So in this way, the esters, rule 6, here the naming of alicyclic esters. See, alicyclic esters, again the ester may be the part of the ring like this, or else in the previous case we have seen the ester may not be the part of the ring. So if the ester is a part of the ring, if the carbon of the ester is a part of the ring, then they are called as cyclic esters, or else they are simply called as lactones. So like this. Now we will learn about acid halides. Esters is finished. Acid halides. Acid halides. Acid halides. Generally acid halides means here it will be like this: COCl. Halide means any halogen we may take. Acid halides, any halogen we may take. Generally we will write X, COX, So this is monovalent carbon. So this carbon, it is attached to the parent carbon, parent chain, parent carbon chain. So this X may be either fluorine or chlorine or bromine or iodine. Okay, X may be either fluorine or chlorine or bromine or iodine. Right. Suppose if X is chlorine, then we will call it as acid chloride. Acid chloride. Generally we will call it as acid halides, but in particular if chlorine is present, then it is called as acid chloride. Okay. Now let us learn how to write the name of the compound if acid chloride is present as a functional group. Suppose this is a 6-member ring. Okay, and on 6-member ring is attached to acid chloride. So the name of the compound will be like this. See, actually, so this is a functional group, and this functional group is not the part of the ring. Okay, and the carbon of the functional group is not the part of the ring. Hence, here it is called as alkanoyl halide. Alkanoyl halide. Okay, so here this part is said to be generally alkanoyl halide. Alkanoyl halide. Okay, cycloalkyl, and this part is said to be cycloalkyl, alkanoyl. A is not K, not Ca. Alkanoyl, it is Ka. Alkanoyl halide. So what is the name of a particular name? So this is general name. And what is the name of this particular halide? So actually it is, instead of halide, as it is chlorine, so we will write it as chloride. It is chloride. So so how many carbons are there in this? So only one carbon is there. Hence we will call it as methanoyl. We will call it as methanoyl halide. Methanoyl chloride. Okay. Now it is, the ring is how many carbon ring? It is 6 carbon. Hence alk means hex we will write. Hexyl. Okay, cyclohexyl. It is cyclohexyl methanoyl chloride. So the name of this compound is cyclohexyl methanoyl chloride. So what is the name of this compound? Suppose if it is like this. If it is like this, what is the name of this compound? See, actually it is, which halide it is? It is bromide. Bromide, 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 and alkanoyl. So here how many carbons are there? So only one carbon is there. Okay, so here, but here it is 2 carbons. Okay, 2 carbons continuous chain. So because this is the parent chain, so as this is a part of the functional group, and here the functional group is attached to this carbon, and this is open chain, and this will become the parent chain now. So 2 carbon chain. So 2 carbon chain, it is, hence it is known as ethanoyl. Ethanoyl bromide, and here this ring, it will become the substituent. So substituent. So substituent should be written before the parent chain. So here which substituent it is? It is cyclopentyl. Okay, cyclopentyl. It is cyclopentyl ethanoyl bromide. So the name of the compound is like this. Okay, so it will be like this, right? So this is, we can write names like this. So based on this one, we can write the name. So we have to remember this one. Okay, right. Now we learn about the amides. Amides. What is the functional group? Amide. Amide has functional group like this. CONH2. So this is the amide functional group. Amide functional group will look like this. Okay. Suppose if there is a compound like this, so this is the amide group. This is not the part of the ring. The carbon of this functional group is not the part of the ring. Hence, this will form the parent chain, and this will be the substituent. Okay, substituent will be cyclohexane. The cyclohexane remains as substituent, and this will be the part of the. This is called as the parent chain. So only one carbon parent chain it is. Okay, so now the name of the compound is like this. So this is called as carboxamide. This carbon, the carbon is not the part of the ring. Hence, so we should not write this carbon in the ring. Hence, the name will be like this. This part is called as carboxamide. Okay, carboxamide. Okay, now to this carboxamide, cyclohexane is present. Hence, it is a substituent. Hence, it should be written before the name of this carboxamide. So cyclohexyl. So the name of the compound is cyclohexyl carboxamide. Cyclohexane carboxamide. So here remember, so it is written as cyclohexane carboxamide. So for amides, remember that it is cyclohexane. Okay, cyclohexane carboxamide. Sometimes we have to mug up certain things. See, if carboxamide comes, so here before carboxamide don't write cyclohexyl, so write cyclohexane only. Okay, so what is the name of this compound? So it is called as cyclopentane. Cyclopentane carboxamide. The name of this compound is said to be cyclopentane carboxamide. Okay. See, remember, amides are of three types. What are they? Primary amides. Okay, primary amides. In primary amides, so it will be like this actually. So there will be two hydrogens attached to the nitrogen. So two hydrogens are attached to the nitrogen. What are secondary amides then? The other one is secondary amides. It will be like this. So this nitrogen, it is attached to only one hydrogen. Only one hydrogen is present on the nitrogen. And to this nitrogen, there is another alkyl group is attached. Alkyl group. or else it may contain aryl group, alkyl group, or aryl group, or aryl group also present. Alkyl group or aryl. Aryl means ring. Okay, aromatic ring. Already we learnt about this aryl group while we were learning about the hydrocarbon groups. So we learnt about aryl group. So now these structures are said to be, these compounds are said to be secondary amides. In secondary amides only one hydrogen is attached to nitrogen, but in primary amides, so nitrogen, it contains two hydrogens. Secondary amides contain only one hydrogen attached to the nitrogen. Next, third type of amides are called as tertiary amides. How tertiary amides look? So these tertiary amides does not contain any hydrogen attached to the nitrogen. So no hydrogen is attached. It may contain two alkyl groups or else two aryl groups. Alkyl or aryl groups are present. Alkyl group or aryl group is present. So like this, the tertiary amides. Okay, tertiary amides are like this. Tertiary amides. Okay, like this, amides are of three types: primary amides, secondary amides, and tertiary amides. So what type of amide it is? These two are primary amides because nitrogen is having two hydrogens. So when nitrogen has two hydrogens, then they are said to be primary amides. So these two are primary amides. Let us learn an example for secondary amide. For example for secondary amide. I'll write like this. This is secondary amide because this nitrogen. So actually, this nitrogen, it is attached to only one hydrogen, and other hydrogen is replaced by this group, alkyl group or aryl group. So here alkyl group is present. So I may write aryl group also, or else any cyclic group, or else even aryl or even any cyclic group, any alicyclic group also I may write. Any alicyclic group I may write. So here also any alicyclic group, alicyclic group. Here also aryl or alicyclic group. So here like this. Okay. So what is this one? See, this nitrogen is attached only. This nitrogen is attached to. Here this nitrogen contains only one hydrogen. Here also only one hydrogen is present. So such compounds are said to be secondary amides. Okay. So in this case, what is the name of this compound? It is called as cyclohexane carboxamide. It is called as cyclopentane carboxamide. Then what is the name of this compound? See here, this ring is attached to nitrogen. Hence, you have to write the name like this: N cyclohexyl. Why should we write here N? Because cyclohexyl is attached to, so in this compound, the cyclohexyl group is attached to nitrogen. Hence we have to write N cyclohexyl. So now, how many carbon? So this will become the parent chain. Even the carbon of the functional group, it will become the part of this side chain, this continuous chain. So now two carbon chain it is. Hence as it is two carbon chain, it is ethanamide. ethanamide. Okay, the name of this compound is N-cyclohexyl ethanamide. N-cyclohexyl ethanamide. Suppose if it is like this, what is the name of this compound? What is the name of this compound? Suppose if it is like this, and didn't write hydrogens, so just you imagine that hydrogens are also present and the carbon is satisfied with the tetravalency. Now you imagine and write the name of this compound. See again here, what is this one? It is cyclopropyl. Cyclopropyl is attached to nitrogen, not to this hydrogen. So it will be like this actually, like this. The cyclic ring is attached to nitrogen. Hence N-cyclo what? Cyclopropyl. N-cyclopropyl. Okay, N-cyclopropyl. And it is what? It is 3-member parent chain. Hence propanamide. So the name of this compound is like this, N-cyclohexyl propanamide. Okay. So like this the name of the compound will be. Suppose if it is like this, suppose if this hydrogen is, if one of these hydrogen is replaced, then how to write? Then what is the name of this compound? So I am rubbing this one. So actually what is this one? This is primary amide. Suppose if I replace one hydrogen by any ring, for example I have replaced it by a 4-member ring like this, only one hydrogen is present. Now it has become the secondary amide. Now it is secondary amide. So what is the name of this compound? So what is the name of this compound? Say as it is secondary amide and it is what is this one? Cyclobutane. Cyclobutane is attached to nitrogen. Hence I have to write like this, N-cyclobutyl. N-cyclobutyl. Okay, cyclopentane carboxamide. Okay, N-cyclobutyl, cyclopentane carboxamide. So this is the name of the compound. Okay, got it. Okay, so here this carbon will become the parent part of the parent chain. I mean these three has become the a continuous structure, but this carbon is not in continuation with the ring, because here this carbon is not part of the ring, or else the carbon of the ring is not the part of this chain. Hence it should be written separately. It should be written separately as carboxamide. Okay, but here don't write carboxamide. Because it is a straight chain, and this has become the part of the chain, parent chain. This has become the part of this parent chain, and here these two carbons also have become the part of the parent chain. But in this case, the carbon present in the ring, they did not become the part of the parent chain. Okay, so here this cyclic ring, it is simply a substituent only, and here only one carbon chain it is present. Hence it is also a substituent, cyclopentane, and carboxamide is a parent carbon here. So like this. Now let us learn about tertiary amides. Example for tertiary amides. So these are the secondary amides. Tertiary amides. Example for tertiary amide. Suppose if it is like this, C2H5 C. For tertiary amide, the nitrogen, it should contain two. No hydrogen is present on the nitrogen. There is no hydrogen. Those two hydrogens are replaced by some other alkyl groups or aryl groups or alicyclic groups. Suppose if it is like this. So that means this nitrogen is not having any hydrogens attached directly to it. Hence, now this nitrogen, hence this amide is said to be a tertiary amide. So this nitrogen is not having any hydrogens. Hence this amide is said to be tertiary amide. So what is the name of this compound? Here this is the parent chain. So parent chain means here propanamide. The name of this one is 3 carbon means propanamide. Propanamide. But on nitrogen there are two substituents. So hydrogens are replaced by here methyl group and here also methyl group. So two hydrogens are replaced by two methyl groups. Hence on nitrogen, so those two substitutions are present. Hence we have to write like this: N comma N, because both substitutions are only nitrogen. Hence N comma N dimethyl. So here substituents are substitution is there. So there are two substituents. Where these two substituents are located? These two substituents are located on nitrogen only. Hence N stands. What does this N comma N says? N comma N says that so there are two substituents and these two substituents are present on the nitrogen only. And as these are two same substituents, hence these two are methyl substituents, dimethyl. So dimethyl indicates like this. Dimethyl. N comma N. Okay, N comma N dimethyl propanamide. So this is the name of the compound. So what is the name of this compound then? What is the name of this compound then? So this is cyclobutyl, this is cyclopropyl. Okay. So now, so out of these two, which one will come alphabetically first? So this is butyl and this is propyl. So butyl will come first alphabetically. So now I will write the name of this compound. So on nitrogen, cyclobutyl is present. Cyclobutyl is present. Okay. Right. Next. Okay. Next here again on nitrogen another group is present. What is that one? So actually here this hyphen should be, this N should be separated by hyphen also, here also. Okay, separated by hyphen. So again on N, cyclopropyl is present. Cyclopropyl. Okay, N cyclobutyl, N cyclopropyl. Okay, so it is what? It is 3 carbon continuous chain and it is parent chain. So this the functional group, the carbon of the functional group has become the part of this chain. So now this is a propanamide. It is a propanamide. Suppose if it is like this. Suppose if it is like this. Suppose if it is like this. Okay, what is the name of this compound? So 2 nitrogen here nitrogen, the two hydrogens of nitrogen are replaced by two some other groups, hence it is a tertiary amide. Okay, so what is the name of this compound? So here this is cyclohexyl and cyclopropyl. So H will come first in alphabetically. So before P, H will come. So I have to write cyclohexyl first. So N cyclohexyl. N cyclohexyl. Okay. N cyclopropyl. N cyclopropyl. See, this the carbon of the functional group. It is not the part of this ring. It is separated. Here in this case, the carbon of the functional group. It is the continuous in the continuous with the these two carbons. Hence it has become a parent chain, a continuous chain, propanamide. But it is this carbon. It is not the part of this ring. Hence, so this ring will become the substituent. So what is the substituent? Here the substituent is cyclopentyl. Cyclopentyl. Cyclopentyl carboxamide. Carboxamide. So this is the name of the compound. So like this the name of the compounds for amides will be. So here it is tertiary amines. Okay. So tertiary amides. Right. Now amides. So there are cyclic amides also, where this functional group, the carbon of the functional group, if it becomes a part of the ring, then how should we write? You learned that one. Suppose if it is like this, amide CO NH2. See here, one hydrogen is replaced by some carbons, a chain of carbons like this. A chain of carbons like this. Now this carbon is attached to carbons like this. Suppose if these two will combine or else will join to form a ring-like structure. If it is forming a ring-like structure, now such compounds are said to be cyclic amides. They are called as cyclic amides. Cyclic amides are called as lactams. Lactams. Okay, lactams. Cyclic amides are said to be lactams. Okay. Lactams. Lactams actually it's a combination of lactone plus amides. Lactone plus amide. Suppose if it is oxygen here, then it is said to be lactone. But here instead of oxygen, that is replaced by the oxygen is replaced by NH amide. So here both the combination of both are present. Hence we call it as lactams. So cyclic amides are called as lactams. So what is the name of this particular lactam? Generally lactams are called as aza. They are called as aza cyclo alkanone. Aza cycloalkanone. So cycloalkanone. So what is this alk? Alk indicates the number of carbons, the number of atoms in the ring. The number of atoms in the ring. How many atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 atoms are there. So actually it should be carbon atom. If it is carbon atom, then we have to call it as hex. Okay, so hexanone, it should be hexanone. Why one? Because here this is related to ketone. C double bond O, it is related to ketone. Hence for ketones we will write one. But this is amide. So here as it is amide, nitrogen is present. Attached to this carbon of the functional group. Now this nitrogen has become the part of the ring. So that is why so actually it should be, if this is if this is carbon, it will become it should become cyclohexanone. It will become cyclohexanone if carbon is present actually. But here instead of carbon, nitrogen is present. So nitrogen has become the part of the ring, and this hydrogen is attached to nitrogen. Okay, so that is different. So here nitrogen has become the part of the ring. As nitrogen has become the part of the ring, we have to write Aza. So on which atom? So actually this carbon is the first. This is the part of the carbon which is the part of the functional group. So should get the numbering 1, and this number this nitrogen will get number 2, and this will get number 3, 4, 5 and 6, so on, like this. So that means the second carbon, actually here it should be second carbon, but the second carbon is replaced by NH group. So instead of carbon, so nitrogen is present. Actually it is cyclohexane, but the second carbon is replaced by nitrogen, hence we have to call it as 2-oxa. What does 2-oxa indicates? 2-oxa indicates the second carbon is replaced by nitrogen. Okay, it indicates 2-oxa indicates 2-oxa says that the second carbon is replaced by nitrogen. Hence 2-oxa cyclohexanone. Actually it is cyclohexanone, but second carbon is replaced by nitrogen, hence 2-oxa. Okay, so if 2-oxa is not there, what does it indicate? It indicates that this is carbon only. Here, as it is amide, it should contain nitrogen in it. So now the name will go like this: 2-oxa cyclohexanone. 2-oxa cyclohexanone. Okay, right. What is the name of this compound then? What is the name of this compound? What is the name of this compound? See, actually this compound is having how many member ring? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 member ring. So this hydrogen is attached to nitrogen. Okay. So as it is 5 member ring, hence we have to call it as pentanone. It is called as pentanone. Actually, if in case of nitrogen, if it is carbon only, then it is called as pentanone. But here this carbon is replaced by nitrogen, hence we have to call it as azapentanone. Actually it is cyclic, hence we will call it as cyclopentanone. But the second carbon is replaced by nitrogen, hence it is called as aza means nitrogen. So where? On second carbon. So that means second carbon is replaced by nitrogen. So actually it is cyclopentanone only. But the second carbon is replaced by nitrogen. Hence we have to mention it as. So what does it indicate? So it indicates 2-oxa indicates that the second carbon is replaced by nitrogen. Okay, so 2-oxa cyclopentanone is the name of this compound. Right. So like this, the amides. So amides are important. Just you try to practice well. Now we learn one more. What is that one? Cyanides. Cyanides. So what is the function group of cyanide? Cyanide means C triple bond N. Cyanide means C triple bond N. Okay. So cyanide group. Suppose if it is like this, what is the name of this compound? Or else we may write like this also. Simply Cn we may write like this. Cn indicates, always remember that if Cn comes like this, so there is a triple bond between carbon and nitrogen. Okay, so what is the name of this one? So here it will, so this carbon, this is a function group, the carbon of the function group, it is not the part of the ring. So this carbon is not the part of the ring. Hence, the name of this will, we have to write it as carbonitrile. Okay, so this is the parent parent chain. So carbonitrile, and to this carbonitrile cyclohexyl group is attached as a substituent. So here substituent means we have to write before this one. So before the parent chain we have to write the substituent. So what is the substituent? Cyclohexyl. So it is cyclohexyl. Cyclohexyl carbonitrile. Sorry, carbonitrile. It is carbonitrile, not carbonyl. So by mistake I wrote carbonyl. It is carbonitrile. It is carbonitrile, not carbonyl. Okay, right. So what? So both these are same. Both are same. So what is the name of this compound? So now this is carbonitrile. Carbonitrile, and this one is cyclopentyl. Okay, cyclopentyl carbonitrile. So like this the name of the compound will go. Okay, right. So we will learn the next concept is related to nomenclature of simple aromatic compounds. Okay, we'll learn the nomenclature of simple aromatic compounds in the next class.